Did you notice the yelling reduce a little bit as the weekend went on? It seemed like Friday was really intense.
For sure. I mean, you definitely notice that, right? I mean, you're stomping on someone's throat, you know, it can get a little quieter.
The number one undefeated Volunteers prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Wasn't going to drop a video this morning. I've got something queued up, spoiler alert, hoping for some breaking news later today. I've got one in the bank. We'll see how that plays out. But we're going to talk about something a little different this morning. Usually I like to share up articles that I agree with. I like to get everybody fired up. Somebody even called me the ultimate hype man for Tennessee athletics. But today's a little different. I've got an article I'm going to share up with you guys. We're talking about heroes and villains. We're going to share it up, and I disagree with it. And I'm going to tell you why. But as always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It is quick. It is free. It is easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. I'll be live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, playing NCAA 2013 on the Xbox 360. We'll talk some Vol recruiting. We can talk Vol baseball. We can talk whatever you guys want to talk about. Come hang out, 6:30. But let's jump into this article. A to Z Sports, Nashville. Tennessee Vols, why Josh Heupel needs to take a page from Tony Vitello's playbook. This is written by Zach Reagan. Now, you guys know here on this channel, we love Tony Vitello, but we also love Josh Heupel, and these guys kind of represent themselves in two different ways, and I love both of them for it. We're going to get into the article, but I think something that is important is you have to stay true to yourself. One of the big things about Butch Jones was that he didn't have that confidence. He was insecure in who he was. He was trying to be something he wasn't, and I think that led to some of his failures. You know, the big catchphrase here on this channel, we're not experts, we're not insiders, we're fans just like you. And so many people say, Boogie, why don't you guys get a media pass? Why don't you guys try to do this or try to do that? Because I want to stay true to who we are here on this channel. We are just like you guys. Our opinion is no more important than yours. You know, we're all fans and we're all in this together. But let's take a look at this article from A to Z Sports. It says here, Tennessee Vols head football coach Josh Heupel should take a page from UT baseball coach Tony Vitello's playbook. Vitello and his team have embraced being hated in the SEC. Tennessee baseball is playing with a level of swagger we haven't seen on Rocky Top in a long time, and other fan bases and teams can't stand it. 100%. 100%. This team is the baseball team. They are villains. Evan Russell talked about it last year, said how we don't have a problem being the villains. The baseball team, the fans, the coach, Tony Vitello, none of them have a problem being the villain. It goes on to say Tennessee's baseball team is the most talked about college baseball team in the nation right now, thanks to their high level of play and incredible culture they've created where they have embraced the hatred directed towards them. This is where I start to disagree. It says Heupel needs to lead Tennessee's football team down the same path. Tennessee baseball has talked about this much nationally. Just imagine the reaction to Vol football in similar situations. Now, why do I disagree with that? Because when Josh Heupel was hired by Danny White, he talked about sitting down with the players, sitting down with the football team, and asking those guys, what do you need from me? And they talked about accountability. They talked about family. They talked about culture. And Josh Heupel has provided that. In just a little over a year that he's been on campus, we have seen a complete shift, a complete change in the culture. Not to put a guy on blast, but look at Jalen Hyatt, a guy who openly admitted to last year kind of just going through the motions, not really buying in. This offseason, he dedicated himself to this football program, put on 20 pounds of good football weight, And now we're talking about him having that big season that we all expected last year. Josh Heupel has changed the culture, and he's done it by loving on these kids, creating that family atmosphere, not by being a villain. Now, if Tennessee has success on the field of play, other fan bases are going to hate him. They hate him anyway. They hate us. We are hated, whether it's football, basketball, tennis, cricket, croquet, volleyball. It does not matter. The Tennessee fan base, the Tennessee athletics program, we are hated. But I don't think Heupel needs to embrace it. He doesn't need that arrogance, that swag, that cockiness that Tony Vitello brings to the table. I think each guy kind of brings their own personality, and again, they are staying true to who they are, and that is what is making them successful. Goes on to say, opposing fan bases will hate it. The national media probably will hate it too. Recruits and potential transfers, however, will love it, and that's what really matters. Heupel should let the team have a little more fun than usual during games. Stay focused, obviously, but bring some flair to the sidelines. Borrow the VAWLS home run coat and use it as a turnover coat. Have fun with it. I don't really have a problem with that. I don't have a problem, something that the softball team did just recently. They broke out the daddy hat and the fur coat. I thought that was cool. A nice little homage to the baseball team. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I don't think that Tennessee football needs to become the villain as far as pursuing that same swagger or attitude that the baseball team has. It goes on to say Tennessee baseball has become must-see television for folks outside of the UT fan base because of the excitement level of the team. The VAWLS football team needs to become must-see television for non-Tennessee fans. Now Heupel and UT are on the way to becoming must-see television thanks to their exciting up-tempo offense. But if the football team starts playing with some swagger and the baseball team, it'll get to that point a little quicker. It's almost like two different statements there. I agree with the first half of that statement. Let's be must-see television because of the product we put on the field, because the offense is exciting to watch, because people are talking about how many points Tennessee scores. Let Lane Kiffin be the villain. Let Lane Kiffin come in and have mustard bottles and golf balls thrown at him. Let Josh Heupel represent this school with class and integrity. There's nothing wrong with that. Be true to who you are. Goes on to say Heupel has his own culture he's building, and he's done an incredible job so far. I don't think he needs to change who he is as a coach in any way. I just think he should take a page from Vitello's playbook, embrace the hate, and let the football show its personality in a way that will enrage opponents and opposing fan bases. If fans are having this much fun with the baseball team, the football team might as well travel down the same path. Again, not a lot of news there. I just thought it was an interesting article and worth sharing. And I disagree with it. Like I've said repeatedly, Josh Heupel is who he is. Josh Heupel gave this football team what they needed. He showed love. He changed that culture. We're seeing success in recruiting through NIL, but not only that, through what Josh Heupel does on the football field with this offense. And now you're going to add a guy like Nico Iamaleava. You're creating more buzz, more energy, more hype surrounding this football program. And it all bleeds across Rocky Top, right? There is an energy with that baseball team. Even the basketball team, I mentioned this in an earlier video. The season didn't end the way we wanted it to end, but that basketball team still winning the SEC tournament championship for the first time in my lifetime. That's a big deal. And even though March Madness didn't go the way we wanted, Rick Barnes has still had success with that program. I personally would like to see him kind of knock down those walls and kill that stereotype that everybody talks about him not being able to get it done when it matters in the big tournament. But still, successful season for that basketball program. We'll see how the offseason plays out. Tony Vitello and that baseball team, odds are in their favor. They are the favorite to win the College World Series. Josh Heupel doing his own thing with the football team, building that culture, building that family atmosphere. Let's all be different, but let's all bleed orange. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. We've got the new Elite shirts. Everybody loves the State Pride merchandise with the Tennessee outline. But any and all support, greatly appreciated. I thank you guys for tuning in. Again, hopefully got some news coming later today. We'll see what happens. If not, join me tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for NCAA 2013. Hang out, talk some Tennessee athletics. Once again, that website is bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Talkin VAWLS. But that is going to do it for this one. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on that article. Does Josh Heupel need to try to beat Tony Vitello, or does Josh Heupel just need to be Josh Heupel? But that is going to wrap it up. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.